Hey, what's up? We're state champs, and we're hanging out. This is Beers with the Band.
Hi, I'm Craig Priest. This is another episode of Beers with the Band. Today, though, it's a very special episode because we have state champs.
Yeah.
Cheers.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, man. It's good to be here.
It's good to have you guys here. First of all, we'll start with you, Ryan. If you could introduce yourself and what you do in the band, and maybe something a little that somebody might not know about you.
An interesting fact.
An interesting fact.
My name is Ryan Graham. I play bass in State Champs, and something interesting about me, I'm currently teaching myself Japanese.
Wow.
Yeah.
My name is Tyler. I play guitar.
Wow.
I think my mum just came in the room or something and started cleaning up.
Hey, an interesting fact about me, I have no tattoos.
No mods.
No mods at all.
No mods
I'm
at all.
unmodded, no piercings, no tattoos.
Wow. Have you heard that saying? It's like
I'm too pure.
you don't see a bumper sticker on a Ferrari.
Yo,
So
true,
it's-
my boy.
Yeah, so it's like, so why would I want to ruin perfection?
Are you a Ferrari? What would you be?
I'm-
Or are you more of like a...
I'm like a
Range
luxury car. I'm like a bigger luxury car
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hummer?
But still, you don't see bumper stickers on that.
I'm a stretch
Maybe.
Hummer. You wouldn't put a bumper sticker on me.
Maybe Hummer, you'd see like honk if you're horny or
I was
something.
gonna use that.
Yo.
I was gonna use that. I don't have tattoos either. I do have one.
mods.
I have the mod. I have the nose
You're
mod.
modded.
But I'm
And
Derek.
it's disgusting. No.
I sing in the band. I don't have tattoos. I have this piercing, but I'm an only child. That's kind of interesting, I guess.
That is interesting. Something else that's interesting. You guys had 3 EPs before you came out with the
Done a
Finer
lot of
Things.
like demos and EPs and stuff, but yeah, the Finer Things was our first full-length album.
Yeah, exactly. So what I want to know is why to take 3 EPs to release the full length?
I think we came from like doing this for fun and just like kind of like when we started as a band, we just kind of just wanted to make music and have something to do, and it wasn't really anything serious at all. So we wrote songs and we put out these little demos and handed them out locally and tried to like hustle and do the DIY punk thing, hang out at shows and try to like
It's
reach
hard
out.
to really afford. Like, you can't really afford to go make a full-length record.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
We weren't at that point at all where we were like, all right, we're gonna do a whole album and like take this so seriously. Until we did do, we got approached by Pure Noise Records, who is our record label now to this day, and then we put out our first EP with them, which was the Overslept EP, which was the final EP we did before the Finer Things, which was our first full length. So I guess it was just kind of a long time coming, but just like doing what we wanted to do until it finally came to like, oh, this is what we're actually going to be doing for a while now. Let's go for it and do a full length album.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the first 2 were just off your own back.
Yeah, for sure, and like fully supported by ourselves. We paid for everything, recorded everything, and just kind of like went for it by ourselves until the label thing kind of came into shape, which was cool for us. We were very stoked. Yeah.
Well, have you guys been in bands previously to State Champs at all? Or?
Yeah,
We all have,
We were all in just like local bands essentially. I know Ryan's band before did some light touring.
Ryan was in the
but-
most successful local band out of all of us.
Successful local band. I like
Because
that.
Ryan's also the only one that's not from upstate New York, which is where we're based out of. But Ryan came into the picture about a year and a half ago.
Just did some heavy DIY touring with a band called Good Luck Varsity before I joined State Champs, and the timing was just really, really perfect. Like, we started fizzling out, and they came through, and we kind of hit it off, and it was like, hey, if you ever need someone to fill in for you, let me know. And then Tyler, a month later, was like, we have songs.
Well, good thing, because we do.
Yeah, I was in like a metalcore band for like 3 years.
Me and Ty used to gig in like the metal
we used to
scene
play in
together.
other
Yeah.
When we were like 14, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we used to play. I used to be a screamer. I used to be a screamer in a metal band.
I used to play bass.
And you'd master each other's
Yeah.
bands.
And now we sing our little hearts out and play pop punk.
What made you guys go, you know what, I'd rather dance than punch?
Well, I always liked to sing, but I think it was just like where we come from. It was a huge hardcore metal scene,
Yeah.
so we were like, we gotta be cool.
We were
Be-
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta look tough and
Yes.
like, be in the mosh band.
I got to a point when I was just like, I'm tired of playing like hardcore and metalcore and shit. I just wanted to play this. Like, we all came up like, liking like
And we all still
Newfound
like,
Glory and stuff.
and we all still like heavy music
yeah,
too.
but we also loved pop punk, so it was just like, why don't we try our hand at this? Like, no one's doing it in Albany. Like, this could be really fun. And
We had a lot of cool local shows like right in our area that we like hustled for, and I had to like beg local promoters for and stuff like that. Like,
That's
we'll
cool.
sell as many
Tickets and
tickets
shit.
as you want, and like it's
Yeah.
like a lot of pay to play kind of thing. Paid a lot of dues back in the day.
Because I've heard a lot of bands discourage and try and tell local bands not to do the pay to play?
Oh yeah, we're so,
Not to.
I'm pretty against it now, but
We
it's
were
like,
pretty naive, and we really wanted to play the show.
we were just like, oh, Bayside's coming to town. We gotta open it. We want to be that one spot.
So you pay the
Whatever.
promoter.
Well, it's like an indirect pay to play. It's like you have to sell 100 tickets or you're not playing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like-
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like if you show up without those 100 sold, they expect you to make up
Yeah,
the
they're
difference.
like, fuck you.
Lucky
yeah.
for us, we hustled and we just sold the tickets.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, and we did get compensated for selling the tickets, and we got like a percentage of each ticket sale or something.
Yeah.
This was back in what, like 2010,
2010,
2010 when we started.
Yeah,
Like, the
when
first
you
year we
started.
started, we were like, yeah, we want to play shows. We want to play the good shows like that come to town because we're also not from a very big city where bands come
Yeah.
around a lot.
Yeah.
So when they did, it was like, oh, this is our shot now. We want to play that show. And then we ended up, creating the relationship with those local promoters. When we play hometown shows, now it's kind of funny that like that's how it started.
Do you think that pop punk is back or pop punk is coming back?
I think
It's been back.
It's been back.
It's
I
been
think
back?
It's been
It's
back,
here.
but I think it can still come back harder.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's still like room to move up with it, but I think it's definitely back. Like,
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of different everywhere too. Being like
That is
that we're from
true.
the States, I'm not like too sure about how it is out
States-
here
Yeah.
in Australia. But in the States, I'd say it's definitely hitting hard right now.
Yeah.
I would say so, and it has been for a while.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it only grow.
Yeah. Perfect.
There's also a lot of room for creativity in pop punk, and I think people are trying to tap into that, and I think bands are like trying new things. And
Yeah.
it's cool.
Well, I know in Sydney and Brisbane, there's a lot of bands that are coming up, especially Satellites who are playing with you guys tonight. Good friends of mine there. They're starting. They did the same kind of transition. They were in some heavier stuff, and then they were like, "Fuck this, let's do something else." Because everyone was kind of doing that, and I feel like that's the transition at the moment. People are just they are searching for something else, and some people are stopping at pop punk. Others are going on to rap, hardcore, and
Indie bands,
whatever.
do whatever you want. Yes.
Indie bands are huge right now. I know a bunch of guys that used to be in,
Electronic
like
stuff is
MySpace
huge right
bands
now. People are,
that are in like indie bands, like Mumford and Sons cover bands and shit, like
Oh,
big floppy
shit.
hats.
a lot of
and,
dudes
like,
becoming
nice leather
DJs
shoes.
these days, stuff like that.
Yep,
Like,
everybody's a DJ.
Yeah.
You guys made a few film clips. What's your favorite film clip?
We've done a lot. We've done some cool videos. Like we've done like all different kinds of videos. We've done the funny ones. We've done the live videos. We've even done like the more serious, intimate one. Like our most recent video that we did was for an acoustic song called "If I'm Lucky." And we did that last year out in California. We shot it out in the desert in California, and that was like our first like real like full feature
Mushrooms?
like music.
No?
I wish.
Okay.
Let's save that for another day.
Yeah.
But it was cool to actually like be on part of a set
Yeah.
with a film crew and have like a sort of like a script for it. Not really, but like the whole like idea behind the video, telling a story and stuff like that. So it was cool to kind of finally do something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, we shot a video at a hockey rink. That might be always my favorite.
That was my favorite
Yeah.
one too. Yeah.
That
It's
one's
a really
fun.
fun
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
A lot of our friends helped out and like pitched in, and like for us, it's fun to watch because like we see our friends play these roles, and it's like like
Hilarious.
the antagonist is my brother, like the bad guy's my brother. So
Yeah,
it's
he's
funny.
the villain that I like
to
have
watch,
to fight.
like-
and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And,
the
like-
team that we play against.
But, like,
Nick,
no
our
one knows
manager, is
that.
the coach.
Yeah, he's
Nick,
one
our
of the
manager, is the
coaches.
coach. He's right there.
That's
He's over there on his laptop doing his thing.
He just had a big cheesy grin. We were talking earlier about 5 Seconds of Summer, and you guys just came from New Zealand, and you
Yeah.
played your first show with them.
Just started a tour with those guys. Yeah,
What was it like?
it was
Insane.
wild. It
Yeah.
was
Is
crazy.
Michael's hair grown back, or
Yeah, right. He's got these little scars on his
It
face.
was way,
Oh.
way less damage than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because the picture
The
of
bandage?
I was like, this guy's Two-Faced.
His
And
face
then
is
I
gone.
saw him and I was like,
Literally looks like it looks like he burnt himself with a curling iron.
yeah.
Heal up just
But
fine.
dude,
Yeah.
they play to some wild, massive crowds, and it's insane to even be a part of it. It's cool that they asked us to come out and be a part of this.
Yeah.
tour. And it was funny. Like it's usually no big deal before we go on stage. It's just us doing our thing. But like, I could see it in everybody, even myself, like the nerves before going out to 12,000 people
Yeah,
in
it
an
was
arena.
12,000
We were backstage before we went on. We're all like hugging each other,
Yeah.
like comforting each other. Like this is gonna be great. We're gonna
Yeah.
do good. It's gonna be
Looked at me,
awesome.
he was like, "Tell me-
And we
tell
never
me I
do
got
that.
this."
We never do that.
Yeah.
Like we're never
We
like
always just go on stage and do it because like no one ever has a problem.
we're all like
yesterday.
pounding each other like, all right, whew, like,
How
this is
does,
gonna
this
be
song,
good.
how does this song go?
Like, oh wait,
What's
what's the set list again? What are we playing? Like,
Yeah.
we were so worried, but it went really well. The crowd was super awesome too.
Yeah.
And
they
it
were
was super
very
responsive,
receptive.
and like
It was good.
They were big.
the
It
whole
was
arena
like-
was packed. But when
People
we played,
showed,
yeah,
oh,
everybody was
shit.
already
People
in before we
jump
went
in.
there.
Dude, it was great.
So you're saying Evan needed reassurance?
Oh yeah.
He looked me in the eye and he was like, "Dude, tell me I got this."
Oh, that is adorable.
I was like, "Bro, you
tell
got
me I'm
this."
Tell me I'm gonna be okay.
Can you stroke my hair and tell me I'm good?
We emotionally held each other's hands through the whole set, but it was awesome.
I was just laughing. It was just too insane for me to comprehend.
Yeah.
Like we were on behind all their production, lights hit, just darkness and just the crowd roaring. It's
That was
just
the
like
loudest
so
screaming
this is
crowd I've
insane.
ever heard.
Like we
But I
can't
think-
help but
I
just
think
like
as soon as like the first, like we played the first note,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just like, we got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
it's
we
like
got up
short,
there, it was
yeah.
kind of like, all right, it's the same exact thing except there's 11,000 more people than we've ever played.
So it's like once you get rid of that first song, it's just another normal show
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
That's the positive side of it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when you guys first said that you were going to tour
Oh, yeah.
with 5 Seconds of Summer. Because it wasn't all, your fans weren't,
they were pissed.
yeah, well, we can say that. Let's go with that.
A good chunk.
But well, they were confused. I think
Confusion.
they were like, why?
Yeah.
I know a lot of my friends personally were just like motherfuckers because they were like, I don't want to pay that amount of money to go and see my favorite
It's so
band.
expensive.
Nobody does. There's my favorite bands I wouldn't pay that much.
Yeah,
to see.
yeah. So
it's
just
like,
as a support act. So
from that standpoint, we get that and
Yeah.
we know that, and like that's very true. And like
Yeah.
we're at the same level. We get that, but it's more importantly, it's when we start seeing the things like, oh, you're going on tour with that band, like nice knowing
Yeah.
you.
Nice
Like you
knowing you,
lost a
man.
fan.
Yeah.
Like that's it's
yeah.
like
see, that's rubbish.
Okay.
I didn't agree with that.
Kids feel like they're gonna like lose their favorite band. I feel like we're very in touch with our fan base and stuff, and kids get scared that they're gonna lose that. Like,
yeah, true.
People are like, "Oh, you're gonna gain like a ton of like fangirls, and we're never gonna hear from you ever again." Blah blah. I'm like, we're gaining people that like care about the band. Like, you should be happy. You know, this came from nothing to something.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
this
you
is
see
huge
a lot of
opportunity.
the other like comments on things where it's like people actually trying to prove the point where it's like when
Yeah.
bands go onto these mainstream things, it's all about the money and it's all about like you know proving like yourself as like a catalog to the market and all these different things where it's like they think we're gonna change so much when it's like
yeah.
we're
We're
literally
going
the
out
same
there.
people and
We're
we're
out
about to
there
play another
playing
show
the
tonight
same
the same
songs.
way we do it. We're
Yeah.
playing the same
Yeah.
songs with the same people. We still go outside and hang out with fans.
One of
We
my
still
friends
talk-
put it really
you know,
well.
like
One of my friends was like, selling out is compromising your artistic integrity for money. We're
Yes.
taking the songs that we wrote ourselves, like no co-writes, no bullshit, and bringing them into this arena, like with all these young impressionable kids. And I try to steer away from real music, but you know what I mean. It's like this is like real shit. This is raw music that we
Yeah.
made. Like this isn't like some produced bullshit that's being fed to like teenage girls. Like we have the chance to bring our like heartfelt content into a room with
Yeah.
people who actually care. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly, and I feel like this is just, if anything, going to be an opportunity for you guys, if you do gain more fans, to tour more. So your fans will get to see you more often live and get to hear more of your music because you'll be
Yeah.
recording more.
And we'll be able to come back here and play for people who give a shit.
Yeah, because if you came to Australia and you played in front of 20 guys, but they were 20 of your biggest fans, you wouldn't be able to come back to Australia again because you'd be broke as fucking sin, and that would be
Very
the end of
expensive
state
over here.
But
champs.
even if that, like, we would be stoked on
We're
that.
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
we're
exactly,
still
yeah.
20 people, but we want we
You
want
wanna
to
continue.
grow. We want
Yep.
to grow, and like this is the perfect opportunity for that to happen.
Exactly. Everyone wants a promotion in their job, and I guess
Exactly.
this is a good way of saying that you guys are just
I
taking
mean,
a
yeah,
promotion.
this is that plus a little more, but
Yeah.
it's still like it's just something we're super grateful for, and hopefully that like, you know, everybody can just stick by us for.
Yeah.
It's just an opportunity that we weren't going to say no to, honestly.
Yeah. Derek, this one, and Tyler, when you guys first started State Champs, it was only 5 short years ago. Did you expect to be where you are right now?
No, and it seems
Absolutely
like it seems like it was about a year that all of this has
Yeah.
happened, not
Yeah.
5 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We started this when we were in high school. Well, when I was in high school.
I
Some
was
of the
in
guys
my
were in college.
Freshman year of college.
We were all like in that transition to like what are we gonna do next in life, really? Like
Yeah.
what's the next chapter
Yeah.
for us? And no way were we thinking it's gonna be hitting the road and playing shows year after year and
Yeah.
traveling overseas. And like before we started the band, I had never been anywhere outside of the U.S. So it's just
Wow.
so
Yeah.
cool to now be our second
Never
time here in
been.
Australia. I've been to Japan and Europe and the
Dude,
UK.
Like 14 countries
When
last
I
year.
joined the band, I thought I was getting into this like super popular band, and it was funny. The first tour that I did, it was like 300, 400 cap rooms.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
was
it was still, like,
I was
coming
oh,
from
I
the
thought
bottom.
This band was bigger than this. Like I didn't even know.
Wow.
And so like I I think I've seen the growth as well.
Of course,
but
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
insane. This last year and a half has been mental.
Yeah, it's
Of
been
course.
very, very
It was hard to get the ball rolling, and then once it did,
everything kind of just fell into place all at once.
Yeah.
Like it was just really weird and very coincidental, but it was beautiful. So,
have you guys ticked anything off your bucket list?
played in arena last night.
Yeah, I would
that's
say
bucket
so.
list?
Last night, a lot of things.
Yeah.
Still have to tour with Paramore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have to do that.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out on Beers with the Band.
Thanks so much.
Thank you guys.
Of course.
Great.
We're tempering to this deadly conversation. I know you know, we both know. Bird, let's go!